Get off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Streaker, Spreaker, and more. And why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So I balance out all the bad news out there. If you are looking for a place to talk about the headlines, that ain't here. I want to balance out all the headlines. You can get that everywhere. That usually lead you to say, what's wrong with people? Is the world going to heck with the handbasket? No, here we talk about solution. We talk about problems, but not without solution. And as you can tell, it is Wednesday because I have in studio my favorite Wednesday co-host. Her name is Tiffanie Tate. She's a U.S. Navy veteran, published author, and a retired OBGyn from Compton, California. She's a playwright, singer, poet, songwriter, and more. She's the published author of several books that you hear about in the break, including an important children's book called Bad Touching, my favorite, but many more. Newest one, I believe, is Money Matters, but I think my other favorite is the one with Little Mia Sings. And we're going to talk about, I may not be talking much today. It's the P word. First of all, welcome back to the show, Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
Always a pleasure.
I got carried away.
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day. Happy the day before Thanksgiving, and all through my kitchen, I've been cooking and preparing. And I'll tell you about it when we have breakfast together. That's my good life habit, #Blisscipline. That happens every top of every one of my shows. This is podcast show number 1278. And that's my first gratitude, top of the bun. Things we're grateful for outside of ourselves, bottom of the bun, things that we're grateful for inside of ourselves. I just gave you the first one. Dr. Tiffanie, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful that Nathaniel is now home for Thanksgiving. He flew in last night and I was able to pick him up at about midnight. Yay me! From
Mamas, that's what mamas do. I know I get to do the same thing with my little one. Great. I am grateful for this holiday. It's my second most favorite holiday. April Fool's is my number one. And then this whole season of joy, starting with giving thanks. What else are you grateful for?
And I am grateful because I am looking forward to family and friendship and fellowship this upcoming week. And whenever that happens, it is just a wonderful time.
I am grateful that I love to cook when I know I have loved ones. I pulled out my Quincy Jones Thriller rib recipe that I got from Oprah, not personally. But I remember her whipping that out on the show about 20 years ago. I used to make it all the time when my kids were around, and I haven't made it in about 15 years. And now I remember why I haven't made it. It requires 48 to 72 hours of marinating, and 8 hours of baking. So I'll be putting up on my social fast version of the preparation. And but I'm grateful that I do love my kitchen now. If we have time, I'll have to tell you a story of how that evolved. But Dr. Tiffanie, last gratitude.
Well, that does sound delicious first. And my last gratitude is that I have had a lot of requests for my baking goods. And I am grateful that I am blessed with another day of living.
Mm, beautiful. Let's go to the bottom of the bun. Those of you who have done this before would like to play along with us. Taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich for breakfast is how we start the show. If you're driving and tuned in on the AM FM side, please do not chat your gratitudes, but turn to the person with you, or just say up into the vibration around you what you're grateful for inside. And the bottom of the bun is important because a lot of us don't feel good about ourselves. And when you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to feel good about other people or life. And so this is your morning routine, your workout to soothe yourself, care for yourself, love yourself, find things that you like about yourself. Because frankly, my dear, if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anyone else to? So, Dr. Tiffanie, what do you like about yourself?
I like my baking skills. I have had so many people request my peach cobbler and my sweet potato pie that it is ridiculous, the number of people that have requested it. And I guess I can say that I appreciate my baking skills.
I made my famous 8-jeweled fried rice last night. So I will say that I am also appreciative of my cooking skills. It's actually on TV. I was on Recipe Rehab on CBS some years ago with my daughters. They hated that. But so that was a fun thing. And I appreciate my ability to make delicious banana bread out of brown and black bananas because I was forced to cook when I was 13. My mom loved to travel, but she took responsibility and commitments to teach a cooking class at the local Y. I don't think I've told you this story. Decided to leave. And so as a 13-year-old, that was my first teaching class. I taught a group of women how to make the fried rice.
Oh,
yeah. So
rice. I'll have to sample some of that someday.
Yes, you will have to. What else do you like about yourself?
And I like my singing ability. I love the fact that I enjoy singing, and I love the fact that my voice is my instrument.
I will ditto that. My voice is not everybody's cup of tea. And I've learned, this is a double appreciation. I've learned to go where the love is. For many years, I tried to, be heard on stages that it just wasn't working, but I kept going to the tractor for milk, and people would say, why aren't you singing solos? And, I just would keep trying. And now I know, you're not going to make everybody happy. And if you love to sing, just sing. Find a place to sing where you are appreciated.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would have to say that I love the fact that I love myself for me. And I don't look for validation from other people. I have learned to validate myself.
Beautiful. My last appreciation is I've learned how to sit with ick. I don't like feeling icky, but it's part of being human. And if I can sit with my ick for a bit, then I know I'm opening and widening that dumbwaiter door. So the more I know how to feel ick, the more I know how to feel enthusiastic and exhilarated. So I appreciate my ability to sit in the uncomfortable.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. And that's it for breakfast, folks. I'm hoping that you will join me every single weekday morning to start your day with taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich, because in 28 days, you will create a good life habit to do that. And it's the cheapest way I know to have a better life, a happier life, is just to start with gratitude. And before you go to bed, end with appreciation. Thanks for joining us for breakfast. And now for the topic of the day with my new little thing. Dr. Tiffanie, what is the topic?
The topic of the day is patience. And I figured we needed to start packing our patience because this is the holiday season. And a lot of times, patience is short supply. And there are a lot of phrases that come to mind, like patience is a virtue. And we don't really know what patience is. And I figured we needed to delve into this topic.
And you're going to be doing that really well, because I do not have patience in my vocabulary. The P word's not even there. When you pick this topic, I'm like, oh boy, oy vey. This is going to be really interesting, but I agree. It is a topic that we should be dealing with, even though I don't like to should on people. But I'll tell you, just going through Costco the other day, between getting there, driving, I don't know if it's because I have a BS belief system that people are crazy drivers more so during the holidays, but there were some crazy antics going on around me on the street. And then I get to Costco and I'm literally like, I can see people on edge waiting for something to happen, and to have a, like, I'm going to crash my cart into you. I'm going to, say something. It's this little tension, big tension, that is, that seems to come with the holidays. So I know that that's related to the P word. That's my contribution. But I'm so glad that the name of my show is Take My Advice. I'm not using it.
So this would be that small portion of time that you're not using it. And it's okay. It's okay, because we are all evolving and we are all growing, and no one is perfect, and we are not expected to be perfect.
Oh,
And
that's the other P word.
yes, perfection is it's okay. Puh on perfection. And so what is patience? Patience is the ability to remain calm and endure difficult circumstances, such as waiting a long time in a line, dealing with difficult people, and as such, we all have had to wait for something in life, whether it's waiting in line at Costco for to be checked out, or waiting for a sample, whether it's at Sam's Club or Costco, or waiting in line for a movie, waiting in line for a concert ticket, or just waiting for test results. Everyone has had to wait for something at some point in life. And it's just a part of life. Some people wait easily, some people find it challenging to wait. And as we approach this holiday season, I thought it would be appropriate to discuss it, because we really need to start packing our patience. And some people have no patience at all. And the lack of patience can be an issue, because some of those people can be a little bit abrupt, hurt, testy, irritable, restless, a little bit eager. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. They just may be a little bit impetuous, a little bit over eager, a little bit energetic. And we just need to learn how to deal with everyone, and remember to keep it kind, keep it patient. We need to be patient with those who are impatient. And you're thinking, well, why should I? Well, we should. And I looked it up because I like to look up everything. And I thought it was interesting to find out that there were 3 types of patients. Did you
Oh,
know?
oh, okay.
Yeah. There is a psychologist who, her name is Sarah Schnitker. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And she discovered that there were 3 types of patients. There's interpersonal patients, life hardship patients, and daily hassle patients. And that
Interpersonal patients. What was the second one?
um, interpersonal patients, life hardship patients,
Okay.
and daily hassle patients. And that was how she broke it down.
I
And
don't
so
have all 3. I was hoping for maybe like 1 out of 3, but no. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, so I thought it was interesting to break it down like that because everyone has issues with patience from time to time. And it's okay if you have fleeting issues. I think the problem arises if it becomes chronic. Again, no one is perfect. And that might be another issue that we can have a show on about perfection because that's a fallacy because no one should be striving for perfection. We can always work towards improvement, but perfection is just non-existent. And that's just something
Yeah.
a whole
I
nother
call
show.
it I call it a dis-ease with life. Perfectionism is a dis-ease. Nothing's ever good enough. And I'm a
Yes,
recovering perfectionist
me too.
with
So
no patience.
yes. But I
You,
think
you
I'm
have more patience than I do for sure. Hands down. Hands down.
absolutely, absolutely. I think I have I'm pretty good with patience. But when it comes to interpersonal patience, she says this is with other people, their demands and their failings. And you may consider some people to be slow learners, hard to understand, or even downright unreasonable. Um, and sometimes they may have bad habits that drive you crazy, but losing your patience with them will be to no benefit and it may make matters worse. So, patience and understanding towards others is essential when you're onboarding like new staffs at jobs or when you're delegating tasks. It's also a huge help in dealing with difficult coworkers or managers, and it's central to high quality customer service. So, this type of patience is active, like listening skills and empathy are vital. And when you're dealing with difficult people, you need the self awareness and emotional intelligence and understanding how your words and actions affect the situation. You just can't wait it out and hope for the best, which I thought was interesting.
Very interesting. Did you find a quiz? Because I just found a quiz because I'm curious if I'm gonna score 0.
Okay, let's go for it.
Do you, do you-
I didn't find a good quiz. I found a
oh,
quiz where I was
okay,
like,
well, you know how I'm always criticizing your choices of quiz, so you can
I'll see if
now
I'm gonna
turn about
criticize real quick.
turnabout is fair play. Okay, can you see it? Pro
Let's make it a
props.
little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. Okay. Patience test. Am I patient? So there's only 10 questions. So that's why I picked this one. Here we go. Start.
Hmm.
When waiting for important results, do you check constantly and curse out the phone? Check often and get anxious the longer you have to wait. You wait until you're notified when the results are ready. Wait for as long as it takes. So I would say because I have this discipline, I don't worry about things until there's something to worry about. So when test results and things like that, I I'm I'm this one, believe it or not. So I may prove myself wrong.
I
Which
wait
one are
for
you?
I wait for as long as it takes.
Okay. So yours is that one. I'll let you hear. I'm going to put this in. Oops. I'm going to
Yeah.
put this
I
in the
don't think
chat
it's gonna
and then
go.
you can take it too.
Yeah, I don't think it goes. I don't think that quiz works. I think I tried this quiz and it
Oh,
kept.
really?
Yeah. So let's see if it works on your
Yeah, it
computer.
does. There we go.
Okay.
I got the next question. Let's see. Let's put this in the chat so that you can also take it at the same time and see what we come because this one looks like we're definitely going to have different reasons. Okay. So the second one is, do you stop and help people even if you're late? Never, sometimes, always. Why shouldn't I? I'll do sometimes.
Always.
Yeah, that's what I told you. You're more patient than I. How are you with kids? You buy into their imaginary friends and stories and calmly correct them when they make a mess. Their messes annoy you to no end, and you correct them on the smallest things. You feign interest or try to correct them calmly. I'm super good with them. I'm going to say I'm super good with them unless they're on a plane.
I'm super
That
good
is
with
my
them.
caveat. Okay, next. When driving, I'm going to get busted so bad here. When driving behind a slow person, you most likely stay behind them, chill out, and listen to music. Heck no. Tailgate, switch lanes, and speed like a fire truck. Attempt to get around the person, but not like it's an emergency. Get angry. I'm like, okay. I don't tailgate, but I definitely switch lanes and speed like a fire truck. So if I'm nice to myself, I'm going to do this one. Because this is not, it has too many options, this quiz. When it comes to tech, which one were you on that one? Are you taking it now?
I'm trying to.
Okay. When it comes to technology and old people, how is your patience? You are more than willing to help and show them step by step. You don't want to help, but you attempt to anyway. You can't wait to show them what to do, so you snatch it from them and do it yourself. You sit with them as long as it takes and helps them every step of the way. Not the last two. Let's see. You're more than one. I'll be honest. This is the second one. You're probably the first one. How long are you willing to wait for your friend before going to the movies? None. I will not wait. 10 minutes, 30 minutes max. I am okay with missing on. I'm going to say none. I will not wait.
I'm okay with missing a movie. You can always catch another movie.
I know. That's why I'm not letting you do this one. How long are you willing to wait for a seat at a popular restaurant? I will never wait 1 hour max, maybe half an hour. I'll wait as long as I can. This one, if it's like, I've been going to Michelin recommended restaurants. So, my fourth date, I brought a deck of Phase 10 cards and I had a blast sitting outside playing and I won, of course. And that was a 45-minute wait. So for really good food, I will wait. So I'm going to put this one.
Mm-hmm.
How long would you be? What was your answer on that one? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll wait as long as I need to.
Yeah. How long would you be willing to wait for a free pizza? Oh boy. I will not wait an hour, half an hour, as long as it's a free pizza is always good. I'm not a huge pizza person. It was funny.
Yeah, I will not wait for something free. I'll just pay.
Right. Well, if they said some other like steak and lobster, free steak and lobster, free pizza. But the Chinese in me, I'll say a half an hour because I took more than an hour, Dr. Tiffanie. You would have just laughed your butt off watching me because as a YouTube creator, apparently I'm in the top 5% and they send you gifts. So one of them was a Domino's and one of them was a Taco Bell. I've never gone to Taco Bell in my life. I've been to Domino's maybe twice in my lifetime. Don't know why. Just fast food has never been my thing. And I took an hour and a half, Dr. Tiffanie, to try to figure out how to use my free coupon. Anyways, the Domino's guy was just like, I was asking him questions like, what's the best thing to order here? Is it okay to order pasta here? Is the pasta like too? You would have thought that was funny. Anyways, you had to be there. 9, your favorite celebrity is in the area. How long are you wait? How long are you willing to wait to meet them personally? Why should I wait half an hour max, as long as it takes? What's your answer?
My favorite celebrity, to meet them personally, as long as it takes.
Okay, I'm gonna go a half an hour.
If it's my
You're in the
favorite,
line. Pardon?
if it's my favorite, I will wait.
Right, right. Even if it's my favorite, my time is my most valuable resource. It's non-renewable energy, so once it's gone, there's no do-over. So I honor my time, and celebrity or not, they're just people. Let's see. You're in the line at bank. How long are you willing to wait in line for your turn? Oh, this is a good one. I'm not waiting in line an hour, 10 minutes, as long as it takes. 10 minutes max.
It depends on what I need to get done.
Uh-huh.
If it's
See, now
something,
you know why I criticize some of the quizzes, because it
yeah,
depends, right?
yes. If it's something minor, I'm not waiting very long. If it's something important, then I will wait.
Yeah,
But if the line is long and it's something that can be done another day, I am leaving and coming back when there's no line.
right. All right, here we go. Are you one? Oh, great. You have accomplished this quiz. Let's see. You could work. So as far as those of you just tuning in, Dr. Marissa just took a quiz on patience to validate the fact that I do not have the P word in my dictionary. The advice is you could work on it. Your patience could use a little work, and that's perfectly okay. Everyone has room for improvement, and recognizing this is the first step towards growth. I don't want to be more patient. I don't have patience in my vocabulary. Consider incorporating some meditation. I do meditate every day, or mindfulness practices. I teach meditation and mindfulness into your daily routine. They can work wonders in helping you cultivate a calmer state of mind. I'm pretty calm. I just avoid anything that requires patience. It is a skill that can be developed over time. If I want to have that skill, I'm cool without that skill. With a bit of effort and dedication, you can enhance your ability to handle challenging situations. Darlin, I handle challenging situations every single forking day, and I don't need or use the patience. I just make a right turn. If anything requires something that is needs me to wait, it just is not the right time, and I'll let it go. I'll drop the end of the rope. There's no tug of war, and I just go to somewhere else. Go where the love is. All the very best on this journey. So I'm not taking the journey. Thank you very much for the quiz. Oh, sorry. I told you. I warned you when you picked this topic that I just, I'm cool with not being patient.
Well, it's okay because it's something that we need to work on.
No, we
And
don't.
no, we do. We as a society need more patience. And it's quite evident when you drive down the street, you have people honking their horns at each other. When you're in line, you have people huffing and puffing at each other. And this holiday season, we need to practice more kindness and more patience. And I think it's something that we just really need to do. We need to start packing our patience before we leave the house.
Well, um, I don't pack. No baggage here.
Well, I'm going to challenge you as you do your gratitudes, start packing your patience. We're going to add that into your
Nope.
box.
No, no, no. And in all seriousness, Dr. Tiffanie, it really, I can be kind without being patient. I think I have mastered that because I know that I can't hide much in my expressions, and I don't like waiting, and I don't like flaky people, and I don't appreciate plans canceling. Uh, Obviously, if it's an illness or a tragedy, that come on, I'm not talking about that. But if a person is consistently late or consistently cancels or consistently doesn't follow their word, right? Makes promises they can't keep. I don't have to have patience to sit with that relationship to try to develop something in me that is not, it's not on my end. It's not me, it's you. So it's now my job is to either develop patience with that person or not work with that person. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about people who, your boss or your coworker. If you have to work with them, then yeah, you have to develop patience. That's why I'm a consultant. If I am having issues, I can leave the project or the project can leave me, right? So I have obviously a strong opinion, a BS, a belief system that works for me. Doesn't say there's no consequences, because there's not a lot of people on my Rolodex that I can say, let's go do this, because I know that it's not going to be easy spending time with them, and or they may cancel at the last minute. So that's one of the consequences of not having patience is I am my own best friend. I am my own best company. I do a lot of things on my own, which I'm cool with. If I weren't cool with that, Dr. Tiffanie, then yes, absolutely, I need to develop a little more patience and realize that, not everybody marches to the beat of my drum. I get that. But if you're going to spend time with me, and time is a non-renewable energy, don't I have the right to choose people that I don't need to have so much patience with?
Yes, you do have the right to be around whom you would like to be around. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you don't want to practice patience with people, that is within your right. But you also have to respect the fact that those people might actually want you to practice patience with them. So, but again, this always stems from communication. So if they are okay with you not practicing patience with them, hey, you're good, you're golden. But you have to ask yourself, why are you not practicing patience, to our listeners? And some of that stems from your need to get things done. Most of the people who are not practicing patience is because they are go-getters. It doesn't mean that they are bad people. They are the people who want to get things done quickly, effectively, efficiently, fast. And they're always ready to cut through the bureaucratic red tape. They are go, 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 go. And they don't want to wait. And it's okay. You just have to know what you're doing. And remember that show, Read the Room. So if you're in a room with people who are okay with you moving forward, being gung-ho, go, 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 a bunch of other type A people, hey, it's all good. Me and you, we're both Leos. We're both type A people. We're both go-getters. Birds of a feather flock together. Hey, it's okay. But if you're in a room with someone who is not like you, who does require that patience, you have to have the ability to read the room, implement that patience.
And then I exit the room. You're not going to win on this one with me, Dr. Tiffanie. And speaking of which, we're at the halfway mark. We're going to have to take a station ID. Thank the sponsor of this particular episode. And I wanted to just acknowledge Jackie Hall. Welcome to the show. She's pretty good when exercising patience. Fabulous. You can balance me out. I probably need to work on not taking a lot of crap. And thank you for saying that, because that's the balance that I represent, is that I don't have patience for BS bullshitaki and therefore flaking and changing and not being reliable, dependable, or not lazy. Those are my, I don't take that crap. And so I will admit, maybe when we come back, that I could maybe balance out some of that, maybe, but no promises. We never know what happens during break. But we'll be right back. Chuck Woolery, bless him, he's on the other side, returning to love. He used to say, we'll be back in 2 and 2. I say, peace in and peace out, world peace through inner peace. We'll be right back. Don't go away, with a word from our sponsor, taking a break for news, traffic, weather on NBC News Radio, KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. We'll be right back.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tiffanie Tate, doctor, physician, author of a multitude of books that will help your children grow. This book is titled Money Matters. It teaches children how to save and invest in time. Pick it up on Amazon as well as Barnes & Nobles. This book is titled Little Engine Mia Sings. It teaches children about bullying and how not to be a victim. So you can get this as an audiobook as well, and you can pick this up on Amazon as well as Barnes & Nobles. You can also pick up Bad Touching. You can get this on Amazon as well as Barnes & Nobles. Check out my website at www.drtiffanie, Tiffanie, Tate, Tate.com, and you can learn about all of my books and any other writings I have. Thank you.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it, especially today. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, and it is our very special Wednesday series called Doctors in the House with Dr. Marissa and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
And you might be tuned in on my AM FM channel, NBC News Radio, KCAA, #1 talk in the IE. Thank you very much. Home to the Asian Oprah and leaves no listener behind. You are watching and listening on my YouTube TV channel, which is my show central for the past 656 consecutive weeks, but who's counting? This is show podcast number 1278. So delighted to have you here this morning. I and Dr. Tiffanie are working through a very important topic, especially during the holidays. It is the P word that I do not have in my vocabulary, called patience. We have the captain, Jackie Hall, of my Cashew Gallery, accompanying us this morning. And if you would like to chat and ask questions, or not of me, on how to be more patient, please do put your question there for Dr. Tiffanie, who is the symbol of patience this morning on the show. And if you missed the first part, I actually took the quiz, which I failed. I knew I would. Or Dr. Tiffanie talking about the 3 kinds of patience. Please do free subscribe on my YouTube TV channel. You'll get the first part of the show. All right, what's next?
Well, you have to understand that this society is the microwave society. And we groom people to be impatient because you get everything instantly. We have the microwave, you get your food fast. We have the internet, you get your information fast. We have Amazon, you get your delivery fast. You get Amazon Prime, you can get your deliveries even faster. Everything is quick, 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 quick. We want it here, we want it now. We don't want to
Instacart,
wait.
Instacart, Uber Eats. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the list goes on.
Yes. So we want everything here. We want it now. We don't want to wait. But a lot of times we need to wait, and we need to wait patiently. And I think it's important when it comes to people and relationships, we have to practice it because without patience, you end up frustrated, and it's becoming a growing problem in relationships, in friendships, and in the supermarkets and in shopping. And as people go out, whether they go out for Black Friday shopping or regular Christmas shopping or just driving down the street, we really need to begin to pack our patience. When we were out, Mia and I were out in Costco. Mia was pushing the cart. A woman was behind her, huffing and puffing. And Mia was like, Mom, I'm moving as fast as I can. And it was ridiculous because Costco was busy and Mia
Mhm.
would have had to run over the people in front of her. And we really just need to pack our patience.
However, in that same line, when people are pushing a cart and they stop suddenly to look at something, not and then obstruct the flow of traffic in the lane, that's annoying, right? That is, you got to balance out patience with people taking personal responsibility for they're not the only people on the road. They're not the only people in the aisleway. So that's the balance. I mean, y'all, I can I will I yeah, okay. I honestly, for strangers, I'm less impatient than I am for people who say they're going to do something and they don't do it. Like I just had that this morning. It's like I organized this entire thing for this person around their schedule. And then now it's like, well, I don't know. It's like now I remember why I stopped organizing things for this particular group because it would drive me crazy. So the good thing is I just don't do it anymore. And I got a nice reminder of why I don't do it anymore. So that is the balance in, and I'm going to use Jackie as my support here, is if you're too patient, you are, you're allowing people to hijack your time.
Well, I think that we really need to watch it because when you let other people get to you, cause you unnecessary stress, because that's what impatience can lead to. It can lead to unnecessary medical issues. As the medical physician, I'm always concerned about your health. And you don't want to increase your risk of stress, which can lead to unnecessary heart problems. And you can end up, especially if it causes problems with interpersonal relationships, you can lead to problems with your personal relationships, friendships, which leads to loneliness because you've ostracized your friends, ostracized your family, and increased risk of depression. Jackie has responded in the Cashew Gallery.
She's agreeing with me. It's all about balance, right? It's yes, we shouldn't on ourselves. We could be a little more patient and say, okay, yes, everybody's shopping, everybody has a lot to do, nobody has enough time, there's a little bit of stress, but can we also be nice ourselves and be a little more considerate? There it is. The formula is I will be more patient if you be more considerate. Hello. That's
I
the
agree.
solution. Do you agree? Oh my
I
God. She agrees. Okay, good. That's three of us. Now, and let me just comment on the stress thing. I absolutely 100% agree with you, Dr. Tiffany, that prolonged stress is not good for your body. However, if you I do get frustrated for 16 seconds or less. I allow myself, and I need to be pissed. Like my pissed offness is a natural human, and if I bury my pissed offness, it gets infected. So I will be like, really? When someone does something like that, and then I let it go.
And I think that's important.
Prolonged stress
Mhm.
is the thing that's going to hurt your immune system. But it's
Mhm.
important to go, really? And then recover and go, I'm not perfect either. They're probably just distracted. It's okay. I've done that before. That's the one I use a lot. I've done that before. And then I can be not frustrated anymore. So
Mhm.
that's a discipline. How can you be human, have a reaction, because they're not going to change, right?
Mhm.
And then, and this is where I will not move on this. Just warning you. It is then your decision. If someone drives you crazy, right? Then take away your own keys. Don't keep inviting them into the forking car, in your forking car, and then complaining about the irritation. This is my skill, is the ability to take the car in a different direction and drop them off with love. I
Absolutely.
don't want them in my car anymore. Is that so wrong?
No, not at all. And I think it's important when you want to be more patient, don't give people control. Be Practice mindfulness and don't give other people control over how you feel. Know what's in your control. Build a tolerance to the discomfort. Make sure you listen well to your body's cues, and find the fun in it. Find a joke in it. Make it fun and empathize because you've been there too. And I remember when I was in, I think it was like Smart and Final or something, and I do get annoyed when people's cart is in the way and I can't get by, but I don't get put out. I do gently push their cart aside and go around. And I recall at some point, um, a lady got really upset that I moved her cart. And I'm thinking, well, it was obstructing the way. So am I supposed to just sit there and not shop because your big cart is obstructing the way and you've walked away? It's not like you were standing there looking. You have literally like walked away and went to a whole nother aisle. So it looked like it was an abandoned cart. So I had to move it to get through because the aisle was narrow. And all I could say was, "I'm sorry, ma'am, I had to move your cart." And she got her panties in a bunch. And I just said, "I'm sorry," and I kept going.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't internalize that, and she was still over there having a fit, and I
Yeah.
just kept going with my day. Now, I had 2 responses. I could have let her response get internalized and get my panties in a bunch and be like, "Who does she think she is?" And let it ruin my day, or I can let it be like water on a duck's back, let it roll off. I
Yeah.
chose the latter. I let it roll off, and I
Yeah.
kept going on shopping while she was still all in her, in her
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
I look back, I'm like,
That's
whatever.
a that brings up that really good tool for balancing out patience and consideration is when to hold and when to fold.
Mhm.
I use the tool INTBOAD. It's not that big of a deal. So I may be practicing patience even though I don't call it, but I do have a lot of alphabet soup tools that
Mhm.
help me not get frustrated. But I definitely have the ability to pivot and get the heck out of Dodge. And that that is a skill. And Jackie mentioned it earlier. When you're overly patient, I think you don't do yourself a service. You do. And my best example of this, I have people come to me all the time asking for time management coaching, and we go through an audit of where they spend their time, and almost every one of them wastes at least an hour a day talking to people who they care about the same thing, advice that person doesn't even follow. And it gets them frustrated. And so the coaching there is, why do you keep going to the tractor for milk? Right? That's on you. Right? Why do you keep going shopping somewhere that is, you just know that's going to be the norm? If it bothers you that much, don't shop there. So when I know during this time, wherever I shop, I have to take a deep breath, because I know, but I ask myself, do I really need this? Can this wait till after? So there's things you can do. But I think, Dr. Tiffanie, what you said earlier is the key, is no one can make you aggravated and frustrated. Y'all can choose. Now, I will temper that with, there's nothing wrong with being aggravated and frustrated. That's human. Have the reaction. Try not to create, being hauled off to jail in your response, or having to say sorry. I hate saying sorry. So I muzzle, is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? That way I'm not having to apologize. But, let's be human. Let's be kind. But then, be kind to yourself. Don't keep putting yourself in situations where you just know it's going to push your buttons. Someone's going to get your goat. Put your goat away. That's my final word, Dr. Tiffanie. What's yours?
My final
So
word.
we have more time. I'm sorry. We still have more time to
absolutely.
argue about this.
Absolutely. So my few words are, Dr. Marissa, you are a patient despite you wanting to admit it. So nanny nana boo boo.
Your lips are moving. I don't hear a word. And by the way, that woman that got her panties up, I would have, and this is not good, I would looked at her and said, if I looked like you, I'd be miserable too. So I would have got myself in trouble. Go ahead.
And so I was very happy to just walk away. And I want to let our listeners know that it's okay to get frustrated from time to time, and it's okay to lose patience from time to time. The most important thing is to not stay there and to not dwell there, and to go back and to be recentered, because you should not let other people be in control of your feelings, and you should always protect your peace. And I'm always advocating for that, because when you lose it, you should always be able to come back to it, whether it's taking 3 breaths in and out, go back to recentering, and regain your patience, regain your peace. And it's okay to get frustrated. Everybody does it. Like Dr. Marissa said, to err is human. So just remember, you are in control, and be mindful, be present, and come back to yourself and be true to yourself, because that's the only way you're going to be happy. Nobody is in control of your feelings but you. And don't let anyone take that control. When you go out and this holiday season and you interact with people, whether it be strangers, whether it be your children, whether it be your family, remember, they can't control you. You control you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought of another one. I may have already said, is this the hill I want to die on? Does it really matter? It's a cousin to INTBOAD. It's not that big of a deal. And take a deep breath. My 3-breath technology, let's just do it now. Anytime, anything during this holiday, you start feeling first breath in through the nose and releasing soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees, activating the body. Second breath in, releasing all the stories and the drama, activating the mind, third breath in, connecting with chi, eternal energy, and connecting with you and me. We are all connected through the breath. And I'm not taking anything from you when I take a breath. You're not taking anything from me. We can coexist. We are the human race. We don't have to race. We can be humankind. Emphasis on the kind. So this holiday season, where we didn't get to the part where, where this holiday I've heard is going to be so challenging. Some people are not going because of the election. And that just breaks my heart that you're going to throw away a lifetime of a relationship over politics. Come on, folks. Let's Operation Agree to Disagree. That's my final word. I want us all to, in spite of the fact that I argue against my limitations, I can choose to be in love. I'm not going to say I'm patient, but I can choose to be in love 88% of the time. That's my final word. Now your final word.
My final word is, excuse me, you can love somebody despite their politics, despite their religion, and you can rise above it, and you cannot discuss it, and you can be patient. Remember, love is patient, love is kind, and you can remember that no one can control you. You control you. You are in control of your feelings. You are in control of your thoughts. You are in control of everything around you. And just trust and believe that everything will get better with time.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jackie Hall. Peace and joy to you and all people this holiday season as well. My special Thanksgiving hope is that your carrots are sweet and your turkey is tender and your conversations are gratefulness. And that's my holiday wish. I'm also going to point out, I have a lot of holiday happy things that you can get. I rarely talk about, my own balanced marketplace, but you can get coaching, you can get a happy package, you can get downloads of my Tai Chi, my #1 best-selling book downloads, as well as a signed copy. So when you're shopping on Black Friday, you can also come to my place, as well as Dr. Tiffany's website to get any of her children's books. And that is also available to you. If you just mention us when you're ordering, I'm sure we'll give you a discount. I'll give you a free audiobook if you buy a hard copy book from me. And that's it. Oh, wait a minute, Dr. Tiffany. I wanted to put you up there. Why is that not showing? Oh, I showed it before. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are dark tomorrow. I am dark tomorrow. No show tomorrow. Friday, I think I'm going to take the day off. We'll be back in December. In the meantime, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Now go and have Dr. Tiffany take us out.
The best day ever. Gobble, gobble till you wobble, wobble.
Happiest Thanksgiving ever to everyone and all. That's it for today.